Okay, we've got if you grow cucumbers on fences, you see where it leaves all the dry vines. Most of these are diseased, so you do not want to put them in your compost pile because you're just putting it in your compost and it'll be more diseases next year. That's the pile we raked up. My son's down here helping me today, and we've gotten it all off the fences. Then we'll pull these fences up and we will roll them up in about 10-inch circles, and we will take these old garden ties made out of nylon hoses and tie them so they won't unravel, and we'll put them in our little storage shed over there. And see, if you look behind the okra, you can see another one we're going to have to pick out, and there's one cuke left to be picked. That's probably the last one we'll get off of this, and all that'll be cleaned up. And if I can move this fence right here, I'll be able to get to these okras and pick them a lot easier, because as you can see, it's time to pick them. Thanks for watching. Well, we removed all the fencing. We raked up the pile, put it in that trash can. It's diseased. You do not want to put it in your compost pile. Nothing that's diseased. Now we can get to both sides of these okras, and we got a little more daylight in over there. And you can see a pole laying over there. We got down, a big storm came through here. We had 1.25 inches of rain, and it knocked 3 tomato plants over, leaning on other tomato plants, and it laid one on the ground. And this is my sacrificial tomato plants, these two that we put in first. And we put a steel pole in there, fence post, and that one there was laying straight on the ground. Lifted it up, tied it to the pole with my nylon hose, the long pieces that come out the seat. And then this one was leaning over to the next row, and we pulled that up and tied it up. The rest of them are standing up pretty good. We have this little garden shed that we keep all our wooden stakes and fencing in. And see, all of these fences that were holding up our cucumbers, they're all clean and ready to use next year. They're tied up with nylon hose in 3 different places. And when I open up a shed, we'll put them all inside the shed. By doing it now, a little at a time, I don't have to do the whole garden at one time. You can do a little job, but sometimes you don't want to go out and do a big job. So we try to clean it up as best we can. See, we pulled the corn several weeks ago and it's in the compost pile, but see, this part of the garden's done. I could run a lawnmower over here and pick up all the waste products, but I got to dig those cannas up and put them in pots before I can do that. But see, it's still, it's probably 8 feet up to the beans, and the garden's maybe, 55 feet wide, so that's 1/6 of the garden, and the cucumbers up there, that makes maybe 1/5 of the garden's already cleaned up.